seats, please. We're going to start the meeting. Okay. I'm going to call to order the Board of Aldermen special meeting for January 8th. The first order of business is the invocation, which will be given tonight by Alderman Pender. If you will, Alderman.
Please stand by our head. We gather to make decisions for our community. May we use only our best skills and judgment, keeping ourselves impartial and neutral as we consider the merits and pitfalls of each matter that is placed before us, and always act in accordance with what is best for our community and our fellow citizens. Would you please join me in a moment of silence for our public service personnel as well as for our armed forces around the world. Thank you.
All right, remain standing and join me as we take our pledge to the flag. The flag is behind this post.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next order of business is the approval of the agenda. Do I have motions? A motion on the agenda?
Mr. Mayor, I recommend that we add by unanimous consent an item regarding the 2020 meeting schedule for discussion and possible action. Since this is a special meeting, it has to be unanimous amongst the aldermen to add that.
All right, we have a motion. Will you make the motion?
Second.
I'll
make that motion. I'll make that motion.
And second? Okay. We have a motion and a second. Okay. Motion's been made, Richard. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Nay. All right.
Pursuant to general statute, then that item will not be on the agenda. It has to be by unanimous consent.
Okay. All right.
Is that on?
All right. I would add one more item to the agenda. Okay. Immediately following the approval of the agenda, I would ask our town clerk at this point, if she would. We have a number of new employees in the town. They're present. Okay. If she would by name introduce all of those employees. So.
Well, we need it.
We need.
I'll motion.
A second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
So it's unanimous. Okay. So Laura, if you would identify the folks, new folks in town.
We didn't, can you hear me? Okay. We didn't give anyone a heads up, so I'm so sorry to the new employees that you're being put on the spot, but you're not on the agenda, so that's good news. First, I'd like to introduce Miss Caitlin Elliott. Caitlin, would you mind to stand, please? Caitlin Elliott? Yeah. Caitlin is our new finance officer. She comes to us from Hendersonville. She recently relocated to the area. We're very excited to have her on. She has a background in municipal finance. We've thrown her in the deep of it. We were just talking about FEMA today, so she's getting acclimated, and we're all very excited that she's on board. And next, I'm standing for him. I'm sorry, I can't see you for the podium. We have a fire chief. Our new fire chief is with us, Chad Sword. Chad. Chad started this morning. We're going to have he comes to us from Carolina Beach. He has many, many years of service. We're very excited to have Chad. We will have a more formal oath of office and pinning ceremony for him. We'll have to get that organized. Otherwise, the newest members of our team, and thank you both for coming tonight. Oh, and Scott. I'm so sorry. Scott, I can't see you. I'm sorry. Scott Anders, sorry. Scott has been working with Thomas Best. He's going to be taking over as Public Works Director. I believe that's official today, Scott? Another new hire for today. Scott.
Thank you, Laura, and welcome aboard. All right, the next order of business is the open forum, an opportunity for anybody in the audience who wants to make comments and recommendations to the...
Just point of order, the motion passed unanimously to add that to the agenda, but I don't think the actual agenda as amended has been approved.
You're right. Okay.
Town clerk's right.
Thank you, Attorney. All right, we need a motion on the agenda.
Make a motion that we approve the agenda as modified by the introduction of the new employees.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Agenda's approved. Thank you again, Brian. All right, so we're into open forum. As I said, anybody in the audience who wants to come forth and make comments, recommendations, etc., to the board. There is a 3-minute limit, and clerk, do we have people who signed up for the open forum?
Yes, we have 2 names on the open forum for the first public forum. First is Miss Rebecca Dixon.
I'm Rebecca Dixon, 113 Barton Bay Court. Mayor, I would like to thank you for all of your years of service to the town. I think you have contributed with your heart and with everything that you had to make our town better and make improvements that were needed along the way. I think it's time we try to move forward. The election's over. We are stalled as far as our community, and I don't think it's good for anyone here or for our efforts. The other thing I'd like to address is that I think we need to retain our town manager. I think it's high time that we quit all of this unsettledness in our community. It's not doing anybody any good, and I hope if it comes up for a vote tonight to accept his extension and rescind his resignation, I hope that you all, as our board of aldermen, accept that. I think he is significantly better than others that we have had in our community. I think we are heading in the right direction. I think he is a man of the community, and I really am kind of past all this unsettledness. That's why I removed my name from the ballot, because I did not want to deal with any of this chaos and confusion that has evolved in our community. And hopefully in the future I can contribute. But right now, I hope y'all take into consideration retaining our town manager. And Mayor, I hope that you recognize that the responsible people that voted, that took the time to go out and vote, have made a statement. And it's not because we don't like you. I think you've contributed greatly. And that's all I want to say. I'm just kind of done with all this. And I hope that y'all keep Brian and that we move forward.
Thank you.
The next person who has signed up, and actually the last person who's actually signed up, is Mr. Taylor Green.
Good evening. I recently had some unfunded work done in my neighborhood, and in my investigations and looking at that, I think that more action needs to be taken, more accountability to the planning and zoning and inspections department, and accountability with that, and the value of the permits that people issue, and the quality of the work, and the inspection process. because I'm sure that the work performed in my neighborhood was substandard for a VE flood zone. Positive. So I think they need to have a different set of policies and procedures moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Those are the two that signed up. Is there anybody else who wants to come forward?
Mayor Burns, since you didn't sign up, would you state your name?
My name is Fred Burns. My residence is 2378 New River Inlet Road. And I'm more or less appalled at what's been going on in this town over the last 2 months. And I'd like to ask the board, since no meetings were held in December, no input was put into the town, that they donate their salaries to the Children's Shriners Hospital for the month of December. That's just a request that I feel like that would be an honorable thing for each of you to do, considering what's happened over the last month. One other thing that I'd like to see done is on our application for our boards, for any type of board that we add to the bottom of that, and I've done some research on this, other towns have added this to their applications, that have you been convicted of a felony? And doing research on what happens to felons, 50% of them come back out in public and commit other crimes. And of that 50%, 25% of those have violent crimes. That's not to say that people can't be rehabilitated, but I'm a pilot. To get my pilot's license, I can't be a felon. To get my CDL license, I can't be a felon. But if to serve on a board that represents the town of North Topsail Beach, you can be a felon. I don't think that's the type of person that we want on our boards. And I think that would be a very easy thing to add to our application. That's not to say that if you're a felon and you say, okay, I'm a felon, I'm rehabilitated, I've been to drug rehab, I've passed all the tests, I'll do the drug test, whatever, that you can't be on the board, but that should be put on our application. Thank you.
I'll speak to the first part of Mr. Burns' comment. I'll be glad to donate my salary for the month of December, but to the charity of my choice. Thank you.
I would second that as well. I agree.
Any?
Mark Barrett, 24675. First of all, I'd like to say it's nice to have a town hall meeting in our town. Thanks to St. Regis for accommodating us. With that, I'd like to second George's motion. Very well spoken. That's what I had on my mind. I also want to speak for all the homeowners that are not allowed to vote. I have clients in Colorado, New Jersey, Florida, all across this country that are asking me what is the issue with our town. They are getting asked across this country why our election is like it is. To me, it's a slap in the face after being in service, fighting for the country, and I don't appreciate it. Second on that, I'd like the board to ask the attorney, since that's the way it works, what are the rules and regulations if a policeman, fireman, public works, or any town staff member is alleged of crimes that concerns their driving, what happens to them? That is a major concern of mine, and I feel like things are going to undermine our public safety and our police force. And I think it needs to be addressed. I see in the minutes it says something about can't be addressed in closed session, so it needs to be addressed. That's all I have, and the only vote I have right now on the board is a vote of no confidence.
Anybody else want to come forward?
Good evening. I'm Norman Lewis, 77 28th Avenue is my residence. First thing I'd like to do is thank God all the board's here. Very glad. Second, even more important, is I think it was Plato who said, if the citizens of your community don't become involved in your government, you're soon ruled by fools. And I'm not calling the board fools, don't take me wrong. But what I am saying is I am more than thankful that you people are here to participate in this government. And thank you so much for being here. You're the people that count. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Anybody else? All right, now we close the open forum. The next item on the agenda is the board is going to go into closed session to consult with the attorney, okay? While we're doing that, all of you are excused, and as soon as we finish with that consultation with the attorney, we will call you back into session. So,